The session will offer practical insights into real world challenges and the innovative solutions driving the future of filmmaking. CV played a key role in the success of iconic films like Bahubali and RRR, having overseen post production for over 500 films to date. He is recognized for his visionary leadership, notably establishing one of India's most advanced virtual production stages and the country's only Dolby Vision grading facility at Annapurna Studios. His expertise and innovation continue to drive the studio's growth and elevate Indian cinema's technological capabilities. And with us is Jagdish Bomisetti. He's a seasoned cinematographer with a decade of experience in the Indian film industry, including roles as associate, operative cinematographer, and director of photography.
Hi, good afternoon. I was telling my associate because Total Waves is talking about AI. We were wondering if anyone will be there in the room or not. Thank you all for coming here. And we still see some hope on the fast technologies, like no one is talking about VFX today. Everyone is talking about AI, AI, AI. So let's talk about virtual production now, because last year it was more, and this year is almost like settled down kind of thing. So before getting into actual topic of virtual production, I just want to brief what we are doing other than virtual production. So our company is established in 1975. It's based in Hyderabad. And in 1975, the studio was like this. It was in the forest, actually, completely on a rocky hills. Almost 3-4 kilometers away from the studio, there was nothing. It's completely forest. This is how it is today. So it's a 50-year journey of Annapurna Studios. We have been into many verticals. He's the man, the visionary behind the company. He always says that cinema is our first love, and the desire to contribute to its growth is the foundation of Annapurna Studios. We always remember his statement, and that statement always makes us to move forward, bringing the new technology to the company. So the Annapurna Studios is into entertainment business for more than 70 years, doing many activities, and we produced more than 60 feature films and served for more than 5,000 films, and we are in business, studio business for 50 plus years. And we have fully equipped air-conditioned floors, 12 plus sound stages, and we also have some backlots where you can create your sets with our pre-built amenities. And we also have film college, because it's very important to generate the talent for the industry, because the talent should know the process of filmmaking. That's how it for anyone, for the filmmaker, it will be easy to communicate on the location. That's how the generation is becoming better, and the technology also is coming very, very quick, and we need to adapt, we need to catch. And we have full-fledged post-production. When I say full-fledged, we have a full circle of all the services in post-production. You come with your rush drive and you walk out with the final output. That's how we have built. And these are some pictures from our facility. The premier sound mix, the way I say premier sound mix is because there are only 12 premium sound mix facilities in the world, and we are one among them. And we have color suits, and we have preview theater also. And these are the few films we have done post-production. Few are like RRR, Bahubali, and Pushpa, very noted films in the Indian film industry. And we do have very good VFX team within the house. So these are few films. And the IMAX is very popular in India, right? So there are no Dolby screens available in India. They are going to come. I think from this month or next month, they are going to start the screens, because the audience needs the theatrical experience. They have to come up with the new formats. The old formats, the audience are not coming because they're sticking to home. So how to bring them to theaters is the question even exhibitors have. So that's the reason they come up. So the Dolby Cinema, you'll have the best visual and the best audio in the theater, and you will be amazed with the quality. So we are the one who is going to do color and master for Dolby Cinema content. So whoever wants to release the film in Dolby Cinema, they will come to us, and Annapurna will process the content and deliver the content to theater. So we are exclusive for a couple of years with Dolby Cinema. And this is the new technology. It was there was a lot of talk last year and before year, not this much. That means we are all set and going in the market. So Jagdish will talk about this part more. I'll move to next slide. And I have a small video about our company. It's like 1.5 minutes. Please let me play for this. So, as I mentioned, this is the 50th year we are celebrating for Annapurna Studios. It's a long journey, and all the support we are getting from the industry, and we hope it will continue for our future journey too. And we are going to have a new announcement in June or July of this year. As I told earlier, we always try to bring the new technology to the company, and we always try to bring the best to the company and try to be the best in the industry. We always say that make your film under one roof. So that's how we bring the technology, we build the team, and we will always try to meet our commitments, whatever we give the statements. Thank you so much, and I'll hand over mic to Mr. Jagdish. He will take you through the virtual production process. And if there are any questions, I'm here. We can talk offline. Thank you so much. Thanks for your patience.
So may I know how many of filmmakers are there here? Wonderful. Thank you so much. So I think you've been hearing a lot about virtual production, and some of them have already been working there, and some people are curious to know about it. And that's the reason we are here to explain, not only to show the work, to explain the process that we follow in any of the LED virtual production stage, and how simple we are making things. And we are also here to explain some of the case study of the recent project which we have done. So let me first start explaining you the pipeline. So I'll just give you a glimpse of the technical details of the floor. So this is the floor which we work. This is called ARNA virtual production stage. This is the main wall which you're seeing here is almost like 60 feet width by 20 feet height. And you can see smaller screens on the either side of the main wall, which we call it as dolly carts, which are movable basically. So either a DP can use them as a reference, or else they also can use this as a reflection purpose. And you can see one more screen which is hanging up there, which we call it as a ceiling LED, and it's a movable one, and we operate it via motors. So depending on if we are doing some driving sequence or something, if we need any reflection, overhead reflections, we can utilize that. Is there any error? Yeah. So, and that's a mobile one. And coming to the technical aspect of the main wall, it is of 2.33 pixel pitch. So there's a saying like in Visual Effects Society, it's like any of the LED that is on or below 2.6 pixel pitch can be used for filmmaking. But it's not like you should not use a 3 pixel pitch or 3.2. As the value of this pixel pitch increases, you need to maintain more distance. You need to place your subject more further away from the screen. But 2.33 is a finest LED. The minimum distance that we maintain generally in our stage is like 10 feet. So you can even go as close as possible if you're going to use with a full frame camera or else a crop sensor camera, right? So, and let me introduce you to the pipeline. So this is the basic pipeline. You can even Google it like ICVFX pipeline. This is a common pipeline which everyone follows. So to keep it simple, so we just designed it in this way, and where you can see the first one like from the client aspect, we would request a story, idea or the script. Once it is given in whichever the way possible, like you guys can give us a script or else a short divided shots or else even a concept art or else a storyboard would do, just to understand, because as we work in the floor, we are expertised in judging which is possible, to tell you which is possible and which is not possible. So it will be good if you can come up with the divided script. Even if it is a single column script, that's okay. We will help you with the short divisions and just to brief it out between long shots, mid shots or else close-ups. So that's the thing all about the first step to approach to the virtual production. And the second stage, which we call it as VAD, pre-production stage. And how many of you have heard the term called VAD? Anyone? Okay, so it's a new term which is being used in this filmmaking concept of virtual production, which is called virtual art department. So how we treat visual effects artists, we call it as VFX artists. In the same way, people who are particularly designing virtual environments, we call them as virtual art department. So it's like how you have production designers team in your set. In the same way, you will be having digital set designers. So that's what the term means. And the pre-production, where once the concept is finalized by the filmmakers or the shots has been finalized by the DP and the director. So what we do is we will start preparing the basic asset, and we will make sure to do your blocking in that asset itself. We can put a dummy character, and with the help of a joystick and by using the software called Unreal Engine, we will design the shots and we will divide the shots accordingly. Right? So that's the first one which you see there is pre-visualization. So pre-visualization can be, if it is a very easy concept, it can be just a statics, and I think many of you have heard about Unreal Engine, and we can even create camera movements also. If someone wants to have a deep, full-fledged pre-visualization, you can create the camera movements and you can get a final judgments or final conclusions with your team. So, and the second one is tech quiz. So as we keep going, I'll also explaining you about how we implemented this pipeline with one of our projects. Tech quiz is all about technical visualization. It can be where in this stage we give details about the physical asset measurements to the art director, as well as we take judgments of which camera to use and which lenses to be used and what is the gear that we can use, like a dolly or else a crane, which will do better for us to achieve those particular shots. And the next one, we have final asset creation. As we don't want to kill time, so in the previous and tech quiz, we just do with the basic asset, not fully textured, not fully detailed version of the asset. So that once the previous and tech quiz is finalized, it's better to then work on the final asset. So that's the reason we placed it on the third level, right? And finally, physical asset creation. It is nothing but as we keep giving inputs to the film team from our team, we will be giving the details to the production designer also, so that he can make the physical properties which are required in the foreground. So that's what is mentioned as physical asset creation. And the third one, the production stage, it's tech check or mock shoot day. The reason for doing a tech check is because there is two teams who are working on this virtual production projects. One, people who are expertised in virtual production. Second, the client side team, like pure filmmakers, right? So there will be our team to guide you in each and every step, so that we all need to make a quality product. So that's the reason for the tech check or mock shoot day. On this day, what we'll be doing is whatever the asset you guys have finalized. So this asset, we will be running with different levels. We're gonna project it, including the production designer on the other hand. We're gonna judge, we're gonna see each and every level, whether it is, everything goes well or not. So without the main artist, because we don't want to get any errors on the main shoot day, because you might hire a big actor or a star, so we don't want to kill time that day. Whatever errors are there, we're gonna solve it on the tech check day. And the next day, the actual shoot day, it's a principal photography and the footage delivery. And the last one I'm gonna explain after showing the case study, where how we included VFX in the process of virtual production. So this is a case study. This is a recent ad which we have shot in Erna virtual production stage. There is a sari brand. It's like Kanchipuram Varamahalakshmi, and we have done like 5 ads on a single day, right? Without putting up a real set. So let's see first. I wanted to show you the final outputs. We have made it into we divided it into 5 to 6 episodes. The brand has approached us saying that they need to showcase the ads like a seasonal ads for an entire year, like a winter, summer, and autumn. So they wanted to recreate this kind of environments, which has been made it possible through Unreal and virtual production. There's the next one as well. Those are the ads that we have done on a single day. So let's see how we break down the entire script, and let's see the step-by-step process of executing the pipeline which I have explained you in this particular project. So firstly, the idea or the concept of the entire ad that brand came up with is they have absolutely traditional saris that is being displayed, and they need the traditional touch. They need that ethnic touch because even the shops are also designed in a very traditional way, and they have come up with this idea where they need one background which looks like a temple. So for this particular ad, the asset is being downloaded from Unreal Engine itself and from Unreal Marketplace. But it is like a half-baked. Even we are not happy with that asset which we downloaded. So to make it we have our own WAD team. To make it look more Indian or more ethnic, we added all the flowers and all the diyas. All these elements has been added to get a proper traditional touch to it. So that's the first step which we initiated from the WAD, Virtual Art Department, and we have initiated the task to our Unreal Engine team. And there is no storyboard has been given for this particular project because as you have seen, it's all montages. It's a clean montages. But now there is a debate between both the parties. Which one will work best for us? Will it be with working with a LED or else putting up a real set? Or else going for a VFX, or else a regular CG shoot. But here at this point of time, they don't have really have enough time to do the post-production process. But when you compare it in this kind of scenario, definitely virtual production, it will make more sense because it's an instant output. Because whatever the time that you're spending with your virtual art department and you're getting your CG done on like the prior of the shoot. So that, and you're also doing your previews and tech quiz, right? So that it will be easier on the shoot day, whatever you're shooting, you're mixing your real-time actors and you're shooting against the virtual backdrops and getting your final shot, which means there is no post-process and it is directly going to the DI table. And they came up with, these are the kind of saris that they wanted to shoot because for each environment, they need to show the contrast. And if you have seen the final outputs, there is contrast between the background as well as the saris worn by the actress. And there it comes. So when we're talking about this, so this is the kind of asset which we have downloaded. If you see, we have added all those flowers and all to make it look, all the diyas and everything, to make it look more Indian, more ethnic. And 80% of the work is already done as we have the asset downloaded from Marketplace. Only the required elements has been added for the more detailed Indian aspect. And this is the kind of previews which we have done. I'll give you a full screen image. So you can see they named their ads like Pelli, Panduga birthday, Lakshmi Varam, thank you, and the gift. That's how the ads has been named. And if you see here, we have just implemented, as I'm explaining you, in the pre-visualization stage, we have included a robo, our dummy actor, and we placed and we did our blocking. During this period, the DP has also been decided about the lensing that needs to be used, the camera he needs to use. We also got enough information how much distance we need to maintain from the wall and where to place the actor on the stage and where to place the camera and how far from the actor, so that you get the same exact angles which has been approved by the brand or the agency. So it's as simple as that, and if you really have enough time, you even can create the camera movements, and if not, it can be just a static frames like this. And there will be a pre-mock that generally we do, but there is no tech quiz, so we directly skip to the pre-mock. So where we are trying to, this is like on the stage, we put a dummy, we take help of our friend and we make him place in front of the stage and we capture with our in-house camera to get the right angles. Whatever the shots we have done in this previous stage, we wanted to mimic the shots and see the scalings, how the scalings will look on the wall. So this is the pre-mock stage where we just place the real character against the LED, but without any proper lighting or something, right? So as you can see, all the blocks has been mimicked in the same way. But instead of a CG character, we placed a real character. And now, when it comes to physical asset creation, here is where, we can't always put the actor against the LED alone. To get a real, to make it more realistic, we definitely need to blend CG or Unreal environments, your real-time actor, as well as real-time properties, real properties. So for this, what we will be doing is, from our team, we will be giving the scale, or else we will be giving the measurements of each property that has to be placed in real floor, right? So for take example like the pillar. So the pillar's dimensions has been given by us to the production designer so that he can come up with the same structure. Also the texture, as well as texture for the floor, if we have any flooring, floor shots. And also maybe the rock, if you have seen in one of that, there is a thermocol rock which we placed. And also this particular structure of the temple wall. So only the required part has been made, not the entire wall, only the bit where she is sitting. And then comes tech check and mock shoot. And if you have seen in the outputs, there is this realistic movement which is happening, which we call it as parallax. How many of you know about parallax? Great, absolutely. So basically, parallax, Unreal Engine is made for that. Unreal Engine is like to mimic your real camera movements. It will communicate and it will give you the exact momentum between the foreground elements and the background elements. That's what is called the parallaxes. But how you get this parallax? So for this, we need one bridge between your real camera and the virtual camera in Unreal Engine. So there should be some bridge connector that is nothing but a tracker. So there are so many trackers in the market. What we use in our floor is Stipe, RedSpy 3.0. So there will be a simple calibration process. So in this calibration process, what we do is, we will feed the tracker about all the lenses that DP is going to use. Imagine, DP is using 6 lenses. All the 6 lenses distortion data and the momentum data of the focus ring and the zoom ring, if zoom lens is being used, we will communicate it, we will make the tracker remember everything. So on the shoot day, we don't actually take much time to shift the lenses. We just change it like how we change it in traditional shoots, we change it in the same time. We don't take any excess time for that. So for this is the reason we mentioned lens calibration. That's what lens calibration means. And next, OCIO color calibration. So color calibration is something which is required. Imagine most of the designers does this for their displays, right? And as we are shooting against LED, LED is also a display, right? And when a designer is doing his graphic design or else is working with Photoshop, they always need to have a color calibrated monitor. So in fact, ours is also a big size monitor. We need to calibrate it to our camera sensor. So that is what is OCIO color calibration. In this process, we just run a sample on the display, we record it in the camera, and we will compare. There will be software to compare both, and we will get a CC file, LUT file. How many of you know the LUT file? Great. So we get a LUT file. We will load that LUT file either in Unreal Engine or else Brompton processors, so that we will get the color corrected and calibrated final imagery on the LED. And next we have type ceiling tracker mapping. As you have seen, I told you like ours is there is a square ceiling LED, and I told you it is a movable one, right? And if we keep moving it 2 feet down, the tracker map will be lost, and we can't restrict DOP to, so please don't go under the ceiling, and we cannot do that. We cannot disrupt their creativity. So what we do is, once we lock the ceiling, we will do the map calibration and keep it ready. And even on the shoot day, during the shoot, if DP needs it to come little more down, we just take 5 minutes to remap it. That's the longest time that we take to remap. So, and immediately it will be ready. And next we have asset check on the wall. This I am talking only on the shoot, the earlier day of the shoot, tech check day shoot. And we have asset all the levels. If you have seen, we have made different environments of the same asset. There is a cloudy, there is a rain, after rain scenario, and we have a sunny day, and we have a clean night and foggy day. So all these levels, and in every environment we have 6 to 7 levels. So we run through all the levels and we make sure the FPS is good, Imagine maybe the final ad is being shot in 25 or 24 or 48 FPS. We calibrate for that FPS, right? And there will be virtual and physical asset matching. Imagine like the pillar, and if there are 6 pillars on the wall, and if we have 3 more pillars in the foreground, we'll make sure the parallax is good by mimicking the crane movement or else a dolly movement. And then we have basic on-set lighting, which happens in every set. The DP wants to do the pre-light and do all the rigging and keep it ready for the shoot day. That's the tech check day. And we have production day, principal photography. All the main 3 important things is on-set production design. As I said, we have shot almost 6 different setups. So, like for one of the set we need flooring, and for the other one we need pillars. So when we are planning during the previous stage also, we give estimated time for every set change, so that from the direction department it will be really helpful for them to plan their actors, call sheets or anything else. So on-set production design and on-set lighting, and in the same way DP also requires time to shift from daylight, warm daylight, cloudy daylight, and from day to night. So we keep giving a rough estimated timings for all the setup changes as well, so that there won't be any time waste on the shoot day. And we also have virtual camera, FBX record. How many of you know about FBX data? Great. So basically, as I said, in our pipeline there is a 4th level where we are implementing VFX as well, right? So for this, if you want to add some CG element at the final, after your DI copy also, sometimes directors come up with, I want to add one more tree in the background. For this, you remember, check. Am I audible? Yes. Okay, great. So after the final copy also, if you would like to add one tree or else any CG element also, you remember the tracker I told you about. So this tracker also parallelly records the real-time camera movement, so that you have, which is called 6 DOF, right? 6 DOF data, which is like pan, tilt, roll, and XYZ. So all this data will be stored and will be exported and given it to you, so that you can utilize it anytime when you want. Even after 1 year, the FBX data will be there to add any CG element. Okay. So this is the 4th stage in the pipeline. For this, what we have done, because this ad just came up with only 4 days of timeline. We prepared the assets. Yeah, so we have delivered in not more than 1 week, right? We shot, we did the prep, the production design has been done, everything, the final output has been delivered in 6 days, not more than that. So here, if you can see on my left side of the screen, we shot, this is the camera raw footage. If you can see, the pillars which are given by the production designer, he doesn't have time to give the proper detail, which will look exactly like what we used in our asset, CG asset. But what we did is we asked him to give at least the same dimensions, what we actually require, like a dummy pillar. So then what our team has done, as I said earlier, with the FBX data and also the real-time capture of the tracking data, so we gave the models of the pillars which we used in asset, and it has been placed with the dummy pillars. Right? This is how some of the shots has been shot. Okay. And let's see the BTS. I would like to show the making of it. So that's how we completed this particular ad. So any Q&A for this case study? Yes, please. No, no, we have it. So we have that kind of floors. Those are called XR floors, extended reality, and it is being used in all the broadcast channels mostly. Like if you see for weather forecast and all. But in film, we can't actually, just place a LED alone. We need to do a real set design. Whatever the foreground element you want. That's the reason for any of the film production ICVFX stages. Yes, yes, we have done a couple of projects in the same way also. It will be treated as a mixed reality shot.
So it depends how you want to shoot. You want to do it in post or you want to do it on a live. So live, the advantage is you'll have a lighting interaction, real time.
So my question was how difficult it is to put the LED screen on the floor. Can't we have a thick glass over it so that the actors can walk? In this kind of situation, we cannot see the foot of the actor.
Television channels, the director don't want long shots because television channels are not, TVs are not big displays. So they wanted to restrict and they want to give detail of the sarees more.
I think there is one shot with foot, if you have observed. No, there is a shot where but that is done with the help of VFX. So we put very two feet wider and 6 feet taller. The rest was extended in VFX. So that's the reason we always like VPS plus VFX is always a combination.
So do you all also have rain and the flow rotator, the flood system?
No, as of now, no, sir. But if we come up with, but also it is dangerous to put a rain in the LED floor. So if that's the case, we would be recommending to maintain minimum 20 feet or 30 feet away from wall. No. No, we don't have it. That's what I'm saying. We didn't set up that way because it needs to. If we want water setup, also the drainage system also to be maintained. The floor has to be designed in that way.
1 year ago, I was doing some short film on virtual production at TVPA, the Virtual Production Academy.
Right.
So there we faced a problem, and here I also noticed that some assets, when we fire it on the wall, it plays at certain lower FPS.
Okay.
Like it jitters. It seems like it is jittering compared to the real asset. So,
all right.
like, what is the solution?
No, so there is the proper level of optimization to be done, first of all. That's the reason if you have a 360-degree asset, imagine that you take the same temple asset, it's better to divide it into as many levels as possible. Divide the levels according to your shots itself. Imagine in one set of ad, the 40-second ad, I have 10 shots. So don't put your asset as a single piece. It's better to divide it into 10 shots, minimum put it as 8 levels. So that, you can load each and every level and you will get proper FPS to that. And also if you observe, there is a focus shift shot also. Generally we get errors, but if you didn't noticed any moire which appeared, right? That is because of the proper.
And also this LED quality issues.
This one also.
Right.
So there is the solution for your question is like do proper optimization.
So that's where the TechViz plays major role. So right. Yeah.
Right. This happens also in when we are doing a interactive lighting thing when caustics, water caustics are on actor's face.
Correct.
And also.
Yeah. So basically plan your shots well so that you don't burn your pockets and you don't waste time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, so I wanted to ask what kind of media servers have you used for this, like Pixara or Disguise?
No, we are completely based with two. Our floor has 2 pipelines. The 3D pipeline shoots we done with Unreal Engine, and the 2D shoots we do with Pixara.
Okay.
So I want to know how much time did you take from planning making the virtual set?
Correct.
And if we compare this whole shoot, if you do it in VFX, how much costly it is or cheaper is it in terms of cost and time?
Yes, one, Shiv sir, please.
Very tricky question, man. So 3 options, as you mentioned, right? Option 1, you can go live shoot. So if you want to shoot on 6 different locations, taking actors to 6 different locations, it was a bomb for the production. And number two, VFX. So the director and DOP, they did not want to go for VFX because they were concerned about the blendings and 3D assets quality. So we worked on the assets for like almost 2 weeks. And however, we got the client approval just like 4 or 5 days ago. And we did the comparison between VFX and VPS2, and they felt like VPS was cheaper. Is that okay for you?
Yeah. If it is short, I told you this is like most of the bus shots and more of close-ups also they used. If you go for the chroma, there will be very difficult task to remove the keying, especially near the hair. If you see, she has like a very free hair kind of hairstyle. So it would be very difficult task for them.
Hi. So since LED wall is a high budget proposition, so I was wondering if we can achieve this type of realism using Aximetry.
Aximetry, yeah, but as I said, our floor is not designed for Aximetry because we have our own technical pipelines and we just go purely with Unreal Engine. But you have an option where you can get your Blender asset if required. So we can convert it to Unreal Engine and we throw through Unreal Engine because we push data to our LEDs via Unreal Engine.
And also servers are very, very important, the Brompton servers. That's where you get the 4K, 6K, 8K quality. So and also the frame rate is important. Refresh rate of LED is very, very important. If you do not have a proper refresh rate, as he mentioned that they will have that like jitters and jerks in the playback. We prefer minimum 7680.
Yeah, 768. It's like in terms of pixels, our wall horizontally it's of 8K, 7772 pixels width. I mean, which I can keep it like you guys can come up with a 8K footage if you are shooting any plates also, landscapes or anything. We don't recommend to any of the person who is visiting us to make your asset 3D for sure. Like there is no mandatory for it. It depends on number of shots. If you guys have just like couple of shots, even a 2D plate will work for us because we also run the data, push the data through Pixara. It's just a projection software. So if someone wants to come up with 2D plates, it's from 4K to 8K, any of the plate will run on the wall.
And also now AI tools are there. Kubrick is available today. You can design 2.5D plates also. Like you design for compositing, 3D compositing. Design that and bring it 2D plates and project as a 2.5 and you also get like light parallax using the type tracker. No need to go for Unreal 3D assets sometimes.
Yes. 60 heads.
7680.
The
Or 7860.
No.
Either this or that. No. It's
Sir, refresh rate is 60 heads. 60 heads.
60
He is
heads,
asking
yes,
about
yeah.
Brompton refresh rates.
Yeah.
Processor refresh rate is 60, sir. We drop it between 50 and 60, both.
He's talking about heads.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So can you shoot a scene with two camera angles simultaneously? Like, for example, they did in The Mandalorian where they used a 120 hertz screen with two cameras with the calibrated.
No. So basically, it's not two cameras. I will tell you that technology is called ghost frame technology.
Okay.
So it is like camera is same. One of the frame number 1 you will get with a chroma. Frame 2 will be with your asset. So placing two cameras and working with two trackers doesn't happen anywhere. But what you're actually mentioning is it's called ghost framing. Okay. So for now in the market we have some camera called Red Raptor XL. You have Phantom Track is the technology they introduced. In the same time, if I am running 50 frames per second on my wall, my odd number frames will have the asset, my even number frames will have chroma. All right. So that's called, it's actually in Unreal terms, in virtual production terms, it's called ghost framing, where even you can do with our regular camera also, which doesn't have phantom track. But editor needs to split frame number 1, 3, 5, 7, and then 2, 4, 6, 8. So, and he needs to make the sequence. Now Red has come up with this particular camera, which is designed for virtual production, where you can, just click record. It gives you on spot 2 8K raw files. One entire raw file will be with chroma, which our color you prefer, green or blue. The another clip will be with the asset, whichever you're working with. So, yeah.
So just another question. Do you face backlight issues with the screen? For example, in night shots?
No. So basically, backlight illumination is under our control. So the asset that how it illuminates for the daylight is different from night lighting. So we can keep shuffling the nits of the wall whenever is required.
And what is the quality of for reference video on for LED wall?
That's what, sir. 8K, 4K, 6K.
So we have to shoot there and then
In any 4K, you
Okay.
can shoot and you can get it.
that reference video.
Two options. See, you can have two options, right? One is 3D asset. If you have a 3D asset, you can project 3D asset on a high resolution, like up to 8K. Our wall supports up to 8K.
Okay.
If it is 2D plate, if you want to shoot outside and bring that plate, that's a 2D shooting. It's not like a 3D, right? That you can bring 6K or 8K. And also it depends on your blocking. How much you are blocking with your lens is important.
Okay.
You can get lot of solution. Even the phantom track, we included some bit. Thank you so much. You guys can follow our page. We keep updating the BTS and we keep updating all the case studies there as well. So thank you so much for attending the session.